Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. It's Saturday. I'm feeling quite alright. Still not 100%, but good enough to head over to the studio.
My secret's too dangerous to give away. In my mind they'll stay. In my mind they'll stay.
It feels so good to be back here. I mean, it's raining, which, as you know, I absolutely love. It's the best time to focus on making music, concentrating, not being distracted. Plus, it's Saturday, so no one working here, no one else than me in the studio. It's just me making music.
I could change it all, pull the trigger, but I don't need to. I'll wrap a chain around all my fingers, the way I keep you. Hard to articulate, to enunciate, but I know you're waiting for it.
All done with a really successful session working on Underwater. That's a song I already played to you. I had to pause working on it because I was focused on finishing two other songs first that I want to release first, so it makes sense to work on them before actually getting into the next one. This whole album production process is a little confusing because sometimes I want to work on one song, but it doesn't make sense to finish that one before I'm finishing the other one. And there are 2 or 3 instrumentals I would like to finish, but without the vocals, it also doesn't make sense to like lock down the entire production with like small details that don't make any sense once the vocals are in there. And by the way, we got new speakers, still top secret, still testing them out. Maybe like 4 or 5 more days until I will let you know more about it. They're pretty good, like different, but good, in a good way. It's like, it's hard to describe. You have to come here to the studio and actually listen to them. But since I'm already working on the Underwater song, maybe let's dive a little bit deeper into this one and show you what kind of elements I have at the moment, and maybe someone of you knows how to continue this, because I'm a little stuck. Like, I've been working today on 4 or 5 hours and it doesn't sound much different actually. So at the moment we got track number 1. It's just like a vocal delay. As I said, this is a collaboration between me, Brian, and the singer and songwriter, so 3 people actually working on it. He already did some of the parts I did, and of course the vocals are by the singer and songwriter. The next one I got is the snare. With a second layer that is very percussive. I'm still not sure about those 2. I mean, they sound very future bassy, maybe a little too cliche future bass. I think the song needs to go into a more pop direction. The tempo, it's 145 and half beat, so it can't be really a 4 to the floor club track. It just doesn't work. So I think if a song doesn't let you do something with it, just go with whatever it gives you to do with it, if that makes any sense. Just go with the flow. Then we got a bass line. Very simple, just 16th notes. There's nothing fancy about it. Then underneath, a sub bass layer that really gives it those needed sub low, very low frequencies that you need in any kind of modern production, plus the kick. So if we look into span, that's what the low end looks like. That's something I rarely do. I prefer having the kick being the loudest at around 50 Hertz, 50, 55, 45 Hertz, and the bass a little above that, the lowest bass above it, and a little bit louder actually. And like either almost as loud as the kick, maybe a little more, but usually less. And here in this case, the sub bass is like the biggest thing in the song, and the kick is just every once in a while like cutting through to give it that punch in the groove. So I think the sub bass kind of part for this song is like the main driving force. And then just simply on top, chords, I'm not sure about them yet. I don't know if they're like good enough to actually make the song to be the main element, but it goes into kind of a future bass direction, but not too much. It's still a little housey, pluggy, and could go either way. Then just some atmospheres.
But take it farther. I'm breathing underwater.
The main vocal was just beautiful. Like, this is one of the best vocals I ever, like, except for some remixes for some big guys during my Ghost production, is like one of the best vocals that I'm allowed to actually work on and then hopefully soon release. And it consists of the main vocal, left and rights, harmonies, doubles, and all this kind of stuff, which sounds all combined like this.
We just living like the world don't need us, drowning in the feeling, can't help but take it farther.
Really nice, all together again.
We just living like the world don't need us, drowning in the feeling, can't help but take it farther. I'm breathing underwater.
And at the moment everything sounds like shit. I mean, it's not even near anything I could ever release, but I think I'm getting there. It's like a first draft, first demo, first direction, because usually when I start working on a song, the first thing I have to nail and to figure out actually is where I can go. What's the range that the vocal allows me? Can I turn it into club? Can I turn it into radio? Something in between. Is it like geared towards like a hit direction? Do I need to make it a little cheesier to work, or can I make it really cool and it still works? So these are the things I first try out, and I love to do it by eliminating all variables. So I try out every kind of style, or I think at least about every kind of style that might work and that I'm also happy producing and like putting my name on it, because I would definitely not turn this into trance. It might work, but trance is not my thing. So for me, it's either house, deep house, maybe tech house, maybe melodic techno, melodic deep house, maybe future bass, like these kind of directions. Pop is also one of them, and kind of fusing all of this together to something that I like and actually also works with the vocals. And here I'm still not sure, so I first need to solve that, trying all of them out, trying out different elements, bright elements, very cheesy elements, very dark elements, and see what fits best to the vocal. And sometimes what fits best to the vocal is what actually is the biggest contrast to the vocal. So I think this vocal could also work in like Scandinavian, filmic, epic, moody, very chorus heavy, reverb heavy kind of instrumental that is very cinematic and doesn't fit to like club, pop, or anything else. So I will think about it. At the end, the most important is to make the best you can with the things you have available. And the vocal is for me like the main thing I work around as a producer, at least whenever you have a vocal. And at the moment, it feels the most like future bass, but I think future bass evolved a little in the last years, and it's not that trendy anymore, and I'm also a little sick of it. So I will try to find like the sweet spot between what works and what I think that actually works. It's a lot complicated, but I hope you get what I mean. I mean, just first plan, figure out what your song should be about, what elements work to hit the right mood. Like basically do sketches in your head. This will save you so much time actually working on the song if you already know where you want to go. If you start producing without a plan, yes, this might actually work, but this will lead to a lot of frustration. So if you're not an experienced producer at the beginning, plan, or maybe even have a song by someone else that is close and try to aim for that. It's not copying, like it's just having a guidance track to help you to nail it. And also the arrangement you can copy from other tracks to not get lost. And also, if you listen to your drop and it doesn't really work, listen to someone else's drop, compare it, how many elements are in there, what kind of frequencies do they occupy. And if yours has like 20 elements and all other songs just 10, then you know you need to reduce your drop, the elements in your drop. If all drops are just kick, bass, vocals, or kick, bass, and a main synthesizer, and yours has like a main synthesizer that is actually the bass, maybe change that. These comparisons are always good and always also help me in my production career. So yeah, let me wrap up this song, try to work a little more on it, 1 or 2 more hours, and then go back home, rest a little, because I can still feel that I'm not 100% there, and I'm maybe just wasting my time here, because when you're rested and feeling good, you can definitely achieve more. So let's maybe keep on working on this song. Tomorrow I'll try to show you step by step how I proceed on this one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you tomorrow. Sign out.